I'm Brie K of TheseAreTheSounds.com, and I'm going to talk about the gear that I use. But first, this is the intro. Okay, so I am not a gear junkie by any means, but I get asked pretty relatively frequently about what it is that I use. So I'm just gonna make this video and let you guys know everything that I currently use. And a lot of it is old, so just like brace yourself. So first things, the monitors that I use are the M-Audio BX5As. And my dad bought them for me for my birthday, I think probably like 10 years ago or something like that, 11 years ago. I don't know how long it's been a really long time. And I never got rid of them, and to be honest with you, I love these monitors. But I don't know if I love them because they literally like shaped how I hear sound at this point, but like I just feel like they're so, to me, they're just so well balanced. And a lot of headphones and speaker systems and things like that, although when you mix you still have to reference on those different things, a lot of them have boosts or cuts in certain areas, and these just seem to be like neutral and balanced. But again, I don't know if these shaped my perception to think that that's what neutral and balanced sounds like. I don't know, but I love these monitors. Again, they're the M-Audio BX5As. The interface that I use is also by M-Audio, and it is the M-Track 2x2M. Prior to this, it was the Fast Track Pro, I think it was called, also by M-Audio. When I had to update my computer and everything because my old computer died, I wanted to be able to use pretty much like the same interface, but it was so old that it could not connect to my new setup. So I went and got this one because it's basically like the newer version of the old one. I like it because it just has all the inserts that I need to make music right here in my room. My only complaint about it, if I'm gonna like review it, is that it does clip really easily. So like it distorts super easily if the sound is too loud. And that's kind of my only complaint with it. But at the same time, that kind of is beneficial to my mixes, I think. I try to grow as a engineer, with my mixes and things. I try to get better, but I have gotten significantly better since I've had this guy. And I think it could be because of the clipping, and you guys get what I'm trying to say, right? Sorry, I'm always rambling in every video. Okay, so the next thing is the mic that I use is an AUDIO-TECH mic. It's a condenser. I don't know the exact model. I'm looking at it, but I can't see the number. I'm gonna go ahead and put the number on the screen right now, and that's the mic that I have. My dad also bought that for me. Shout out to my dad because he's extremely supportive. He sent me that when I was in college because prior to that I was using like a stage mic that I stole from him. He ended up buying me that one and sending me that one, and it was my first condenser, and it's still the mic that I use. It's relatively inexpensive as far as mics go, I do know that, but it works great. I mean, I think it works great. I guess it's up to the listener to determine whether or not it sounds good, but I like the mic. Again, I think it's pretty well balanced. It doesn't, have boosts or cuts on its own. It's not super warm. It's not, there's nothing like really noticeable about it, which lets me be able to mix the vocals how I want to mix them. So I like that mic a lot. Next is the headphones I use, which are also AUDIO-TECH. I guess like everybody uses these, which I didn't know. I just need to buy some headphones, and I'm cheap, so I didn't want to pay a lot for them. But because seriously guys, I was monitoring using iPhone buds for like a long time. I had like Beats and like stuff like that, but they're not very good for like monitoring your mixes because they have so many boosts and cuts and things. The original Studio Beats were actually pretty good. After that, they just started getting way too like, this is not a video about Beats headphones. I'm sorry. Let me go back to these. I didn't know how many people had them. I just was looking up like affordable headphones that are good for mixing, and these are like, I don't know. I don't even remember. But I got them, and then I like posted about them on Instagram or something, and like all of my music friends started being like, those are the same ones I have. To me, they're okay. They're a little bit tighter than I would like as far as the sound goes. Like there's like a mid-range that's very cut. That's what it sounds like to me anyway. So they don't give me like an authentic perception of how my mixes sound. I mean, for their price though, like the comfort and the fit and all that kind of stuff is really good. They're the ATH M40X. That's what these models are. Can you guys tell I'm not a gear junkie? Like, I don't even remember any of these models and whatever. Like, I don't even remember how much this stuff costs. So next, the computer that I use is a MacBook Pro 13-inch, I think. My old computer just died completely. I couldn't use it anymore, so I ended up having to get this one. And it's fine. It's able to do everything that I need it to do. Eventually I'll probably graduate into having like an actual desktop computer. I don't know if I would stay with Mac or not, but this one is fine. I mean, it works fine. It does everything that I need it to do. There are times when it does start screaming because I have way too many plugins and tracks going at the same time, but I mean, every computer can't just do everything, you know, like they do have limits to them and stuff like that, but I like it, it's fine. The DAW that I use, which I often get asked about as well, is Pro Tools. I started out with Pro Tools, so I just continued using it, and it's the only DAW that I really know like that. So I did update. I have Pro Tools 2018, I think. I don't like having subscriptions, so I just bought the program. You guys, first of all, I was using Pro Tools M-powered. That joint is from like 1987. Okay, it's not from 1987, but it may as well have been. This joint is like so much easier to operate, so much easier to use than the other one, and the interface just looks so much more aesthetically pleasing. The old one, it looked old, but it did the job though, so shout out to Pro Tools M-powered. But being able to upgrade to this one, like, it was like the heavens opened up when I opened the window. It was just like, this is awesome. This is amazing. I may just be grateful for the gear that I have. Like, I'm sure people out there are like, dude, that sucks. That program sucks. This sucks and that, but whatever. Like, I like my gear. I'm happy with it. It works. It works for me. Next, I want to talk about the keyboards that I use, which I've shown in another video. I don't even think you guys can see it in the frame, but right here is my girl Katie. I call her Katie. She's a KORG TRITON Extreme. If you guys don't know, the TRITON is legendary. They don't make it anymore. I still use her sometimes as a MIDI controller, first of all, because I like the feel of like actual keys rather than like the small keys. Also, sometimes I use her for drum loops. Sometimes I still use her sounds. There's just so much nostalgia when it comes to using her, and sometimes like it just inspires me to just like turn her on and like, that sounded really bad. Let's pause. Just to turn on the keyboard, sometimes that really like gets me inspired and gets me ready to like make some music. Next, I use my KORG MINILOGUE. If you guys don't know, I kind of am like loyal to the brands that I use. I don't know why I'm like that, I just am. I use this as a MIDI controller. I very rarely use it in my production. I kind of more just like play around with it because the synths are like, well, I mean, there's different synth sounds on it, but like some of the synths are like very distinct, and like I feel like when you use it, it stands out. Like you can tell it's like, it's not just like an in-the-box synth or something. I just need like the right song to use the sounds from this synth on, and maybe I'll do that soon. But I very rarely use sounds directly from this synth. I more just use this as my MIDI controller. Another synth that I have is also from KORG. It's the MICROKORG XL Plus, and I use that for a vocoder a lot of the time. I haven't used it in a little while, but I've been wanting to like bust it out and use it. Her name is Minnie and his name is Mickey, and they're great. So I think that's everything. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave a comment on any of the gear that I named if you have the same gear, or what you think about it if you've ever used it. Or tell me what it is that you guys use, which pieces of gear you swear by, because even though I'm not a gear junkie, I do like to hear what other people like using. So if there's like some monitors and you just like swear by them, let me know what they are. If you like my hoodie, you can get it at thesearethesounds.com. I hope that you all are doing well and staying safe and making amazing music or content. And I think that that is everything. Okay, peace out.